come on. There we go. Live.
That's better. Cool, so we're just going to start shooting. Once they go live, I'll just go live. And
We are live.
We are live.
cool, cool, that's really pretty.
So just keep an
That's
eye out
beautiful,
for any questions
beautiful.
that pop up there.
Sure.
Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Nice. Awesome, awesome. That's really pretty, that's really pretty. Cool, cool, cool. Stunning, 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 stunning.
Welcome.
Stunning. Cool, get off there. That's really pretty. So I'm manual focusing, so I'm running just a little bit slower. I'm going to crop in a bit tighter on that. Beautiful, beautiful. That's it, cool. Cool. Cool.
Is anyone watching us?
Beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful. That's really pretty, that's really pretty. Awesome.
Hi,
Awesome.
James.
Awesome.
Hi, Southern Cali. Welcome.
So I'm just getting used to this camera with its. I'm using manual focus and auto focus, so that's better.
Hey,
Cool,
Chris.
cool, cool, cool. That's really nice. That's really nice.
Hey, James.
Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Blow it up. Nice, 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 nice. That's really pretty. Awesome. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Cool. Do we need?
Ah,
Yeah.
nearly fell over.
Nearly fell over.
That's right, people can't see what we're actually shooting.
I'll move
So-
lots of
So I
glass.
should shoot them.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Can you talk us through what we're doing, Peter?
We're doing a lingerie editorial for Shiori, which is my lingerie addiction. We've done a little bit of filming for a tutorial as well. I've just swapped. I'm using the the Hasselblad X1D camera with a 90mm.
Hi, Chili.
I'm just quickly having a look. We've been shooting this for a little while. I've already got my settings on here. If I just strip them back, the shot, let's desaturate as well. We just used, we've got two lights running, a big softbox up the top, and then we've got a grid buried inside it. The softbox is just to get a fill light. The grid is just to light her up a bit. In fact, I might just double check. So I played with my settings just before, and I had a funny feeling that that should be on. Cool, nice, stunning. I'm just want that top little lights just to make sure. I'm going to recompose this and
Hey,
shoot it.
Melbourne.
The Octabox is for. Oops, there we go. Nice, nice there, beautiful. The Octabox is for the whole scene, and we're just clipping on the edge of the sheet, and then the little grid there is just to lighten up the model, Charley.
You're learning, Peter.
Yeah, but I keep thinking it must be something different because I never get names right. So I keep on going, it's not Charlize, it must be Charley. And one thing I'm remembering, she's going to hate me for this. One thing, when you know something of that name that you can relate to, you remember it. So I just go, my sister's dog. My sister's whole dog used to be called Charley, so it makes me remember her name.
Wow, the way to make our model feel great.
I just made her feel really good.
No,
Okay,
what?
calls
I
you
don't know.
Siri.
Yeah, I keep on going to say Suri. Suri, not Shiori. I keep on thinking that you're an iPhone.
When you get excited, Pete, you peek.
I peaked, do I? So I better stop getting excited. Or I should turn down a fraction. So, yeah, I am peaking. So everyone excuse me a minute, I'm going to peak badly. Sorry. I don't like bad sound, so 2. There. Now I
Show
can
the
bring this down.
S instead of Peter
Right,
doing
so
that.
if I'm peaking too much, you just bring this on down a little bit, okay?
Perfect.
So I shouldn't be peaking now, is that better?
No, perfect.
Peeking
Perfect.
All
down.
good.
Right, so I'm just fine tuning, even though we've been shooting for a few hours now, still always there's room to fine tune these pictures. So I'm actually liking where that's finishing up now. So let's destroy it with my look,
Colour blindness.
my colour blindness.
Hey, Ecuador.
Yeah, so now I've got it into the toning I want, which is just a fairly big down curve to pull some of the highlights out of the picture, put some contrast into the highlights and pull contrast out of shadows. I put full shadow fill and nearly full contrast. Because what they do, they're fighting each other, but it gives me the contrast without blocking up the blacks. If I pull off my shadow fill, see how all my blacks block up really badly? Right, so that's all the stuff that's blocked up. But I want this contrasty feel, so just by bringing up my shadow fill will then fill in all of that blocked up area, and it gives me that still high contrast, but with detail in my shadows. And all these things are just things that, for my look, these are things that I do to get my look. So I look at a picture through my eyes, I see what I want to see, and I adjust it to what I want to see. I know there's going to be lots of people out there who said the colour looked so much better, including Shiori.
Shiori, you got to mention.
Cool, cool.
From
That's really pretty.
Angelita. From
Cool,
Señora.
that's stunning, stunning.
Hello.
Stunning. Cool, that's really pretty. That's pretty. Eyes, just bringing those eyes. That's stunning.
Yes, he's using the
Stunning.
black.
That's really pretty. That's really pretty. I'm going to freestyle it soon, but at the moment, I just trying to get a set frame. I've framed this up to exactly how I want it. I'm just trying to get that picture. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Now, Charley hasn't done lots and lots of modelling, and this is the first time we've ever worked together. So I spent an hour scaring the living Christ out of her and breaking her, just turning her into the type of model I want. So, and it helps, doesn't it? Yeah. You imagine what the shoot would have been like if I didn't spend that bit of time talking with you first. Right? It all makes sense now. It starts coming together. So these are little things. A lot of my clients will give me the time to work with a model that I haven't worked with before to get them into my messed up headspace, because it is pretty messed up most of the time.
Which house are you using today, Peter?
I'm on the X1D. I'm shooting with the 90. I'm liking the 90. I'm a bit tempted to throw the adapter on and put my 150 on, but cool, cool. This is really pretty. This is really pretty. But I might do some freestyling too on this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Cool. My settings are just my standard. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. My standard settings are using flash, so I'm 1/60th of a second, 100 ISO at f8.
And somebody's noticed the histogram is pretty neutral.
Yeah, the histogram, look, it's just touching the black, but nothing's touching white. And it's because my warnings, where I've set my warnings, that little bit of warning that's going off there, that's set to go off at 245. And if you look down this bottom area, I put the thing on there, it's 245, 245, 245. So I'm still 10 off pure white. And if I go into my blacks, the lowest points, there's 4s and 5s, which is pretty black, but I'm still happy. I do want something black in this shot, so I don't want it completely not black. But what I'm going to do now is, because this is the flash setup, but one thing I noticed is when, especially now, if Beck stops breaking my stuff and gets onto the back of the camera, if I get that off, right? Well, it's a bit hard to see that, but there's really nice natural light in here that I want to use a little bit of a fill on. So what I'm going to do now is change this from a flash shoot to a natural light shoot. So the first thing I'm going to do is change my ISO. So let's get my settings down here. I'm going to jump up to 800 ISO because I'm going to need that. I reckon 125th of a second, and I'll start around about f4.5. I do want this to feel a little bit softer, a bit moodier, so it's slightly shallow. I'm going to turn off the shallow reflector, and I'm going to bring down the rest of the pack, maybe down, that's it. I've come down from 8 to 2.5, and I'm just going to take a shot for a second. So you'll notice, I've got a bit of vignette happening, but you'll notice now this is the flash that's going off. I really should take that off for a second. I'll get rid of my vignette for a start. I'm going blind. So I don't like that horrible vignette, that's much nicer. If I take the flash off completely, and there comes up the shot, you'll see it's still quite nice, except you'll see that we've got a little bit of bagging under her eyes. We've got a little bit of area here and here which aren't looking that attractive, and there's this crease through her forehead. Why are we even shooting with this girl? No, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
So what I'm doing, I've turned this big Octa on really, really low, like it's on 2.8. I'm just going to reset my settings on my camera. That's why it doesn't allow me to do it while I'm plugged in. 1 second.
So now that you're going natural light, what's your go on the shutter and f-stop?
What am I going with shutter?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I just said. I've come down to 125th of a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just changing my live view for my viewfinder, so that's back and right now. So now my viewfinder is going to see exactly what, except for the flash going off. I'm at 800 ISO at 4.5. Now with this now, I'll break them there, but it doesn't matter. That flash on top, all that's doing now is just making a very ordinary model look really beautiful. She's going to kill me. No, she's very pretty, but nobody wants a downlight. And the difference between the shot before, right? So see how we've got these panda eyes happening. It's because the only light that's coming in on her is coming in between the roof and the Octa, so it's a very down light with a bit of bounce from the front. But now I just get that Octa on just a small amount, so it's turned really, really low, and all the Octa's doing is filling her in with a nice little bit of fill light to fix up those problems. I will. And one thing, look, I've had people attack me in the past. I had someone say to a model, don't work with Peter, he's a misogynist, he hates women. No, seriously, but they saw me on a live demonstration with Natasha, and Natasha's like my muse, and I'm forever giving her hell. And it's that thing, if I just said to this girl, oh, you're so pretty, that's creepy as hell, isn't it? Whereas if I go, oh, you're a bit ugly, you're not creeped out as much. I hope. You might be feeling something different. Anyway, I rather go for let's have fun on a shoot, let's joke around. She's expecting me to say she's beautiful, so I'll say the opposite. And I get so much, I get some banter, I can get some kickback. Cool, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
That's really pretty.
That's beautiful.
Cool, cool, beautiful. Stunning, stunning, yeah. Stunning, stunning. So I'm now on manual focus. Cool, 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 cool. There's another little trick I do, and I don't know, is you finding this creepy, or haven't you noticed what I'm doing? Have you noticed what I'm doing? Cool, so it's not creepy. But if Tisha or Beck was there now...
I know what you're doing with you just saying that.
Yeah. So Beck, do you want to swing around and show? So why I'm doing this, Tish, can you just give us some cable?
Sorry.
Right, So normally I would have both eyes closed like this.
Can't see your face.
Yeah, you might need to come around.
Oh,
You got plenty of cables.
okay.
So normally I would be like this, both eyes closed, and I'm focusing, I'm looking for my highlight alerts. So my focus peaking, and this is how I would work. What I've found, especially with this camera, I get a much better picture if I open both eyes. So one eye is watching the focus peaking, the other eye is watching her expression, because it's exact, but I now can see lots more. So I just wait to see some yellow come into her eyes with this eye. So I'm all looking as the flashing, the focus peaking in her eye. But with the other eye, I'm actually looking for my shot. I'm waiting for her to give me those eyes. Beautiful. But she has some really nice eyes. But I haven't worked out what makes her. Could be her puppy dog. That's better. That's better. Cool. Keep moving. That's gorgeous. 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 Stunning. 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 Cool. 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 That's really pretty. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Stunning. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. One other little trick that I've taught her, and she started doing it from the very start of the shoot, and it really works, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. If you notice, you'll see that she just touches herself softly. It's an instant way of getting the model relaxed. That simple, it can be in the hair, the face, anywhere you like, just that touching really relaxes somebody down. And I actually really enjoy, after I've told the model about this, actually see them doing it and then watching the effect come on their face as it relaxes them right down. Cool, that's really pretty. The one other thing I'm just going to do quickly on this, I'm now going to look, a lot of the shoots you've seen me on tripods. I do shoot a fair bit of freestyle, but it's normally after I've got the shot. So once I've got the shot that the client wants or the shot that I set up to get, I will then come to freestyle the shot and move around. So I'm going to
Who is our client today, Peter?
Sorry?
Who is our client today?
Shiori, my lingerie addiction. Cool. And now what? Oh, cool. That's beautiful, beautiful, stunning. With this, I can now make the model move because wherever I go, she's going to follow. So I force her to move. And I can do some nice little stuff like this. So you'll see what the other shot looked like. Cool, 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 cool. Have a look at what I just did to this shot. Completely different. All I've done is moved around to get a completely different background. I come back in here. Cool, beautiful. That's really pretty. Cool, cool. Come on, camera. Yeah, nice. Stunning, 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 stunning. And I'll do little things like get below her eyes to get more emotion. Cool. Sorry. Cool. That's really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's stunning, stunning, stunning. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. That's really pretty. Beautiful, beautiful. That's nice. Cool. It's really cool. That's stunning, 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 stunning. That's really pretty, really pretty. Cool, 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 cool. There, cool. These are really pretty. That's really pretty. You happy, Shiori?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always good when the client's happy.
Yeah. What brand of tethering cord do you use, Peter?
Tether tools. So I've got two tethers at the moment. I've got the one that comes straight out of the camera, which is supplied Hasselblad sell them, but you can also buy these at other places. Zeiss have them for their little drives, and they're a great. So it's the USB 4 or whatever Apple's calling that thing. That takes me then to USB 3. These are two tether tools linked together. So there's one join there, there's one join there, and then that goes back into the computer. That allows me to get, I think they're 5 meters each, so it gives me 10 meters of cable. I've piggybacked up to 4, so I can get 20 meters without a problem. That's really cool. Yeah. I'm not normally a fan of layback shots, but that looked really cool. Yeah, stunning, stunning. Cool. That's really pretty. They're beautiful. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. I think we've got it.
That's
I might
really
just-
pretty.
Yeah, I might just quickly throw my adapter on and put my longer lens on this. I should have my adapter ready. But Beck can sing to you while I'm doing this.
Nah.
Nah.
I was trying to think
Any
of something
burrito
funny.
tunes that you have?
Nah.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
With cheese on top?
So it's really boring for everyone. Didn't you sing?
I was trying to think of something funny to say, but I wasn't
Well, you
quick
could have
enough.
walked up to a mirror and showed everyone what you were wearing.
Thanks.
Oh, you're not doing that either?
Could have. I don't know if it'll reach.
I don't know if it'll reach, I'm pretty sure.
What, the mirror? So I'm putting an adapter onto my H series lenses to be able to put them onto my X. Now I'm manual focus only on this now, but now I've got the ability to shoot with a H series lens on the X because I love this 150. So I'm just going to see. Cool. Beautiful, beautiful.
Do we have any questions for Peter?
There's a tutorial I'm working on doing at the moment. That's really pretty.
Any plans of hosting any workshops in India?
We will. Our biggest problem is we don't have any contacts on the ground. We've had 2 or 3 people contact us wanting us to do it in India and want me to work for $100 a day. No.
No.
No, I like my bed too much. So if I've got to travel, I'm a tourist. I don't go doing anything like work. So if I have to go somewhere, it has to pay me at least what I can earn in Australia shooting commercial.
Like in LA, when are you going to be there?
LA's
September. Yeah.
No, you haven't missed him, Chris, so make sure you head over to our workshop page and sign up.
We haven't put them up yet. And,
No, they're not.
America's not up yet. Well,
But we are taking inquiries, so
Yes, you can register your interest on the website, and then I will send you an email when you can book.
at this stage, we're definitely coming in September, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just got to be a little bit flexible with our dates around our commercial jobs. We have big commercial jobs that don't like us when we travel.
And at the end of the year, everyone seems to, like, September's normally a pretty busy time for us.
So when are we going to put them up, around about May?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, so by May we'll have locked in our calendar for the rest of the year and it'll be on the workshops page. These are really pretty. And even Charley will agree, it's so much nicer than me back here, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so that's another reason why I like putting a long lens on, is sometimes the models have really bad BO, so it's good that I can get... No, I just find, as a rule, the further back I can get from a model, the more comfortable they are to really let go and cook. Get in the mood. Stunning, 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 stunning. Cool, that's really pretty. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's really cool.
Seattle back?
Seattle.
Is we're in Canada.
Oh, we're doing Toronto, I think.
Toronto, yes.
Not... Yeah, cool.
It'll be around the same time.
Yeah.
The year September.
That's really pretty.
We've
Cool,
also
beautiful,
recently
beautiful,
added
beautiful.
Orlando into the mix as
Orlando,
well.
yeah.
In Orlando, Florida.
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando, Florida.
Right.
His brother.
Hey,
Yay,
brother.
Toronto.
All right, so we're just going to do a couple. As you can see, what it was, I really like that dark shot I did a minute ago. So I'm going to shoot you back into there. That's really nice. Bring your knee up just a little bit more.
Yeah, so
That's
James
it.
Pete is
So I'm
about
right
to
down.
shoot
I'm
the
only
other
shooting
way.
you to here. All right. So I just want to get your edge of your knee in shot. Stunning, stunning. That's really pretty. Come on, beautiful eyes, beautiful eyes. That's really pretty. That's really pretty.
So nice.
Cool, cool, stunning, stunning, stunning. That's gorgeous. Yeah, see this is really beautiful here, just against the black. That's really pretty. Stunning. That's good. Beautiful, beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful. Cool.
In post, Peter, You lift the green channel in the Sony. Can you do it in the camera in auto white balance, or have you tried this, and what are your thoughts, please?
No, the whole green channel, things like that is in post. So I don't do any of it in camera. I learned a lot of really new stuff about channels last night doing some grading, doing a video grading tutorial. And the way they explained it was so much better than the way I explained it. So we have our red, green, blue channels that unfortunately at the moment only one RAW program actually allows you to get into, which is Focus, which is for Hasselblads, so it's a real pain. You can run your Sony through this, you just can't tether.
Excuse me, guys.
There's your green channel right there.
There's my green channel, yeah. Thanks, Beck. For this shoot, I'm actually shooting in red channel. So one of the ways that was explained in the tutorial last night that I was watching was red channel gives you your contrast, green channel will give you your detail, blue channel will give you your noise. And by playing around with those three channels, you can add detail, contrast or noise depending on what channel you use as your strongest channel. It'll most take me another 2 months to get a tutorial. I've just done a black and white tutorial about all the different ways you can turn your picture for black and white in Photoshop. But I'm going to do a really in-depth tutorial about the difference between we use grading in video to how we work with stuff in Photoshop with stills. And I've actually worked out that I can take a still into, say, Final Cut Pro or in DaVinci Resolve, grade it as if it was like a movie, save it as a LUT, then bring the LUT into Photoshop and then apply it to pictures. So I can get to the color spaces and the areas I can't get to at the moment using normal photography type tools. I can now use videography tools to now even grade my pictures even better.
And can you work with only one light set up in this session?
We've only got one light set up. So right at the moment, this one here is turned off. So the second one's turned off. We're just using the big Octa as a fill light. But yes, I could easily, the original picture that we were basing this off was off a picture that Tisha and I did many years ago. I don't know where I've hidden it there. So, and that was only one light. So this was the styling for that, for the feel of this picture, except we didn't go as dark with this picture. We kept a little bit more detail into the backgrounds, but we still will pull down the background a little bit more in post.
And was the model cast by you or the brand?
By the brand. So the brand puts up who they'd like to shoot with, and I might say, yes, I think I can work with her, or no, I don't think I can work with her, in the way of I have a look that I like, and it's eyes. If I can't see them giving me eyes, I struggle to get the killer pictures, and to me, it's not what she's wearing, it's the eyes. And then if I can finish that off with a really cool, from there down's really cool, but then finish with the eyes, then that makes a picture stick and people like it. It's not just a flick picture.
And also, LUTs are great.
LUTs,
Go the LUTs.
LUTs are amazing. Look, what I believe is happening in the future, and CaptureOne has already started by putting color wheels and things into their software. We're soon going to be able to edit our images completely in RAW. And I think when Adobe finishes whatever they're going to do with Lightroom, which is hopefully throw it in the rubbish bin and just make a really good raw Photoshop, they will bring in things like sat versus sat, hue versus sat. All this means nothing to a lot of you guys, but these are the most incredible tools to do tonality changes within hues and within sats across the whole broad range. And have color wheels and things like that to edit in. It just, especially when you're talking about color, it's going to give you so much more space to get those beautiful cinematography type coloring, like your teal oranges and your bleach saturations and all the stuff you're seeing in movies now, to be able to then grade that into your pictures easily.
Well, you've got all your other models interested, Peter. They're starting to text you. They're like, "Can we do this setup?" So look out, you're about to be bombarded. Yeah, and Beck will send out information to the Toronto trip really soon.
Yes, probably be putting that up around May. If you head over to the workshop's website, I've got the link in the description. You can register your interest to be one of the first people I notify when it's up there.
Yeah, the other thing is if you just, everywhere my email address is, or you can find our web pages, on all of them there's areas where you can subscribe. We don't bombard. What do we send out? One a month?
I send out mailing
We
lists.
send out one newsletter a month. If you want to know where we're going next, what we're doing next, and in time we'll even start putting maybe a sort of a schedule up for our lives. It's just a bit hard at the moment because Suri, our client, we have to ask their permission, and we didn't ask their permission until about an hour ago. And yeah, so we can't advertise if we don't know. And commercial jobs change all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, one day we're shooting this shoot and 2 days later, no, it's been cancelled, we're not doing it until next week. So
Yes.
And your t-shirts are always looking amazing, Peter.
Sorry,
Especially
this is-
those black and white ones. And there's no dribble stains
There's
coming
no
out of
stains
Tisha's
on this
mouth
one.
today. Well, the human version there is, but just not on the
Yeah,
t-shirt. Did you want to shoot some more from different angles? Are you happy with
no, I'm
that
pretty
setup?
much where Suri,
Sorry.
you're happy we've got the shots? Yeah. We don't need any more? Cool. So
Client is
it's
happy.
pretty much shoot till. Well, I can do one other little thing just to keep the people who aren't colourblind like me happy. So
Any other
I might just
questions,
go
guys? 'Cause
down.
we're gonna probably.
I might just go back to my colour settings. So ignore all of this because these have all been unticked, and just do a couple in colour because we do have really nice colour in here right this second. And
How do we print the black t-shirts?
how do we print them?
Yeah.
With a printer. No, we don't anymore. I used to, one of my clients, which was a men's clothing label, bought a big expensive t-shirt printer, and then he left it here for us to print, but he wanted also to buy some of my pictures to put onto t-shirts for his company. It lays down, you have to spray a pre-spray on the shirt, which pretty much curdles the white ink. So when the white ink came out, it would curdle and sit on top of the black. So it didn't end up, it never had that sort of plasticky feel on it. It had, it was just like ink, and it was just like an Epsom. I think the printer was built off 4800 Epsom, but it printed directly to the t-shirt.
Cool.
And great question. What's coming up on Inspire?
We just put up a really cool clamshell one the other day.
Yep.
We've got making digital look like film. That's nearly finished in editing. We shot working with an 11-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
So we shot that the other day. I've got 1,000 things written down to shoot. I do have to do exposing.
Manual exposure.
Manual exposure outside, but I've been wanting to do it, but I want to do it in the city because I want to show how, if you just want to shoot outside, not with a model, how the best way is to get your exposure really quick manually.
That sounds like fun. Cool.
I'm definitely going to do one on lens selection to actually show you how much these things change the shape of a model's face. So I'm actually going to take a still picture of the same model with the exact same pose with 25 different lenses, and then click it through so you can watch all the changes happen to the face, which will then make it a little bit more easy for you to come up with choices about why you're using what lens. You'll actually be fascinated to see that a 16mm wide makes a face really skinny, and a 300mm wide will make his face rounder. And it's incredible when you see that actually happening. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. And we might get another shoot in the second shoot with lingerie. Tisha might even do it.
Oh God, this old bag. I don't know about that. Well, yeah, keep everyone posted on the LUTs tutorial. That'll be really exciting.
Yeah, I just need, I'm not good enough at it yet, so I could do a LUT talk right now, but give me a couple of months to really, really play with it, and I'll do a so much better talk on it. But I am actually really enjoying doing it both ways, taking LUTs into stills, but also creating LUTs from stills and putting it into video. So one of the videos I've got on YouTube, which is a black and white one of Tanya that I put up recently, I created that LUT in Photoshop. So I took in a single frame out of the video, went into Photoshop, made up a LUT in Photoshop, and then brought it back into, what do we use? Final Cut, and applied it to the video so I could get the exact same look as I got on the still.
Cool.
I'm just going to shoot a couple more in colour. Let's see if she hasn't gone to sleep on me yet. Cool, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. Cool, just, there we go. So there's the colour picture. As you'll see, it's still a really nice colour. There's a little bit of yellowness in this picture, but that's the light slightly yellow. But if you look at the sheet, look, the sheet's white. It's only because our background's a little bit dirty. The sheet's getting a little bit more of the flashlight, which is keeping us white, which is then killing it, feeling like we've got a bad colour balance. But yeah, with this, we can get some really nice, pretty colour, stunning.
Hey, Beck, Jessie says, thanks so much for sending out the Rotolight. You're a dead set legend.
No worries. I hope you enjoy your Rotolight, Jessie.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. It's really pretty. Cool. There's a couple of colour pictures to finish. Is that all the questions?
Yeah, everyone's really looking forward to your tutorials up on Inspire, so yeah.
Yeah, cool. We would have, in fact I can quickly check now. What have I got coming up?
Angelita just signed up a couple of weeks ago. She's really excited.
Is she enjoying it? Oh, that's a bad place to ask because she says, no, they're shit. We're going to go live with this.
Not good PR.
Yeah, so look, you'll see how many things are in that of things that we still have to shoot. Look, there's some stuff that we're doing which we're going to be filming some podcasts for and videos and be cutting up the same thing. And it'll be a little bit of me talking about a lot of the things I are passionate about and want to change with the way that photographers think. And I can change photographers a tiny bit in Instagram comments, but I can't go into detail. I hate typing. I can't type. I type like I take photos with one finger.
He
So
does. He
typing
actually, it's
for
quite
me
painful to
is
watch.
just a nightmare, and my spelling is so bad. Spell check can't even work out what I'm trying to say. So I want to do some more type rants about how to become a good photography, how to stay away from camera clubs. And to just give you an idea, a perfect example, I had a comment last night, love this picture, but I would have removed the seam line out of the wall behind. And my answer is, that's why my pictures look like my pictures and your pictures look like your pictures. Because I didn't feel I needed to remove it. You do feel like you need to remove it. That gives us a point of difference. And that's the whole idea. We all have to shoot the way that we see and what we like. And something that might bother you, like a seam line in a wall, won't bother me. But then something that might bother me, like really blocked up blacks, won't bother you. That's how we have completely different styles. Anyway, we have to do some work now.
Yes.
Yes?
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thank you guys. Catch you later.